touched on something it's a big issue here in the United States, mental health, suicide as an example. Last year we had more than 45,000 suicides, and the uh, bringing yourself from pain to transformation or transcending one's pain is more than invaluable thought process of going from A to B. But there are also a lot of people, Mohanji, who have greater conviction of ending their life or, committing suicide, or maybe they have friends or families who are constantly going in and out of that, as a loved one who's, for example, hypothetically, if I know a friend who's constantly going in and out of these types of states, what do you say, A, to the person who's in this fog, who can't get out of that conviction of they want to end it? And B, what do you say to the loved ones or offer to them any advice on how to help and where to also put boundaries in a healthy manner?
Yeah, I believe that we cannot teach anything to, or we cannot guide anybody unless we live it. Our biggest expression is our own life, not our words or our speech. So we have to start living positivity. We have to move in positivity, and we have to be leaders. We all have leadership quality in us. That amount, that's connected to one, purpose; second, conviction; third, consistency; fourth, integrity. These things are very important. When we have a clear purpose, we should be consistent with the purpose. We should believe in it. We should have conviction, and we should have integrity. That means we should not pretend that this is it. So when we do that, when we are in that mode, and this is not difficult, because a lot of people need a lot of things. See, like for example, when we were in Peru, we were speaking to some people, and their children are not even having one meal. They're walking miles to school, expecting food, and mostly when they reach the school, there's no food there. So when we know that the world is existing in such imbalance, everybody can contribute in some way. I'm just giving one example. But even in our neighborhood, like for example, we did a festival recently in Belgrade. That was just an expression for me in this time of COVID, when there were no festivals, there were no celebrations. I wanted to bring a celebration aspect into a life, which worked wonderfully well. Instead of a retreat, we did a festival, and it completely opened up people. People came from many countries. Not only that, that gave them a kind of momentum and inspiration, say, we can do something here. So it's not difficult to take people off from a state of pessimism to a state of purpose. So pessimism to purpose is possible, provided we believe in it and we live it. It's not theorizing it. Theorizing doesn't work for a long period of time. We have to live it, and we have to consistently live it. We should have integrity. Also, people who are pessimistic or negative will throw stones at you. They may try to crucify you. Let that be. There's no problem. But our purpose, our clarity should never be compromised. That's what I said. There are no permanent lovers nor permanent haters. They all change their mode each time. Sometimes there is love, sometimes there is hate. All this is part of the drama of life. We should always be love. We should always be compassion. We should always be kindness. We should not sponsor, endorse, or buy anything which is of negative by nature, like anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge. These are all not our cup of tea. We should live compassion. We should live kindness. We should live non-violence. And that's exactly what we can deliver to the world. Secondly, what we consume through our physical body has a great role to play in our mental state. What we consume. What we consume through our mind, which is emotion. This has a great role in emotion, also expectation. I would rather pitch together these two things. Emotion and expectation. Expectation unfulfilled become desire, a disappointment. So emotion, expectation, these two are consumed by mind. Information that comes into the intellect. What intellect gets to process the information. What information are we getting these days? Confusing information, informations of corruption, information of tragedies, wars, bloodshed, destruction, disappointments, displacements. These kind of informations are we processing with our intellect. And the residue which all these leaves is pretty much same. What body with all the toxic food, that food which we get the processed or whatever food we get to eat, food with murder behind it, torture behind it, suffering behind it, those food is not suitable for our body. A food that comes to our plate should be free from torture, murder, and all these things. And the food that comes to our plate should have seen the sun and connected to the energies of the world. Purified, good food or pure food. We don't sometimes get it. Now emotions coming inside. All these dramas and things and emotions and disappointments, this comes as a mixture and it gives obesity to mind, mental obesity. Then comes intellectual things, the information that we get to process. There are three processors basically. One is mind processing emotion, intellect processing information, and ego processing things connected to our personality, like position, possession, relation. All these processors get contaminated stuff. A relation with expectation is a contaminated relation. You know, when the pure relation is that it should be unconditional. I love you because I don't need anything from you. Just imagine the purity of it. I love you because this is the only thing I have. I love you not as an option. This is what I am. I am love. So I can give you only what I have. If you think in those terms, and another aspect of, we call it love, but it's just a pretension. But imagine, I love you if you give me something. That means love has a transactional nature there. There's an expectation. That's a contaminated state where it's conditional. Whenever something is conditional, it's contaminated. If you don't do this for me, I will put you in trouble. It's blackmailing. That's contamination. If I have to do something for you, you have to bribe me. Contamination. So when this is the factor, we got to slowly create a vibration in the society towards the positive possibility, such as we don't need anything from earth except place to sleep, food to eat, clothes to wear, sometimes health care. Apart from that, nothing else we need. And contentment is every moment thing. If we are satisfied with the food that comes to our table today, which if it is non-violent, great food, then we are happy. That gives a message of purity to the world. And when we consistently give purity, the message of purity to the world, the society starts becoming brighter. When it becomes brighter, there is hope implanted in it. Hope. And hope starts growing in the minds of people. You have a society which is hopeful. And hope brings that reality. Not like a messiah coming or taking you off one day. Not like that. We are all messiahs. We are all having the same capacity to make a change in our life. In our life. I'm not talking about the world. We have to make the change in our life. We have to live it in the society and let that light spread everywhere. We talk about this in the world. Look here. We can have two choices. One is react to the world all the time. Oh, this is not right. That's not right. Activism, throw stones, burn buses. This is one aspect. Another is respond to the world. If something is not going well in the world, why can't we set it right in our life? I'm not endorsing corruption. I'm not endorsing torture, exploitation. I'm not endorsing any exploitation of earth. I'm not endorsing any exploitation of human beings or any beings. I am with all beings. All lives matter. Imagine that kind of an outlook and we live it. At least some people will get attracted to it. And they will say, look here, you're talking sense now. And out of 8 billion people today, imagine 500 million people start liking it. That's transformation for this earth. It's collective consciousness shift. So all the things that we talk about, we have a hand in it. We can do it. We can make a change. But we should believe in it. We should have conviction. See, I cannot do something because you said so. If it's not suitable for me, it will not be real for me. I will do it because I love you, but that's temporary. I do it because I want to do it. That's forever. So we can bring people out of their states easily by leading them to light. But we should have light inside. We should have the light of awareness inside. We should believe in all this. And first of all, we should eradicate violence from our food, eradicate violence from our activities, our expressions. That's how we cultivate and instill a lot of patience. We should have tremendous patience, and faith. Faith should be primarily towards yourself. You should believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you can't believe in anything. People say, I believe in Jesus, I believe in Krishna, I believe in Buddha. When you ask, do you believe in yourself? The answer is no. Then there is no belief. So it's easy to park on somebody and say, I believe in that. But that belief will be, the rope will be expectation. The connection will be expectation. And what happens? Oh, Krishna did not do this for me, so I don't believe him now. So it's temporary. But the moment you start believing in yourself, all your belief will become very strong because the fundamentally strong. Fundamental is belief in yourself. It's very strong. When it becomes very strong, every other connection is strong. I always tell people, if you do not have faith in an activity, better not to do it. Because that when you do an activity without belief in it, it's weak and result is disappointment. But if you really believe in something, don't hesitate to do it because that's a grand experience. And then unite people. We should love everybody as our own expression. Why did somebody come in our life? There is a reason. Respect that reason. Nobody comes to our life for nothing. If somebody has come to our life, out of 8 billion people, there is a reason. If somebody is listening to us, there is a reason. We should have complete integrity and complete honesty to that thing. Not that we can change for everybody. We should not. We have to be ourselves. That's the most authentic expression. But we have to understand that all these are our own expressions. All these people, all these beings. Whether it's a dog or a cat or a person, it's all same. Everybody has character. Everybody has aspirations. Everybody has requirements. So all are same. So we should completely be honest with all these relationships. Just look at the power we can generate. This we can spread in the people around us, and that will bring forth all the positivity in them. There will be hope in their lives, and that will bring forth great transformation.